The chaos reigns.
All right, Chaos Rain, go ahead.
Hello?
Go
Hello?
ahead.
Yes, and it's Chaos Rain show.
Chaos,
But
chaos,
okay.
chaos. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
What's good, man? It's good, man. You know, you playing that, it makes me want to watch it multiple times. I like Uncle D. You know what I'm saying? Support him, what he does. My biggest issue, if not going directly at the Africans that did participate, and they did gave their apologies I think a few years ago, even with the Ghana return, that what is the issue for people that's FDA or even that's not from America but other parts of outside America asking to go at the African nations? And there's like 54 countries, the ones that really participate the most, to really see if they can get some form of repair instead of investing in America. That's taken pretty much a long time. And the rumor is that I hear there's certain things that they're now trying to put in some form of reparations in America in certain states right now. From here, talks about that, but I don't know what type of reparation they're talking about. So what's the issue with Dennis proclaiming a proposal dealing with the nation itself?
When you say the nation, like each individual African nation or the nation?
Yeah, the ones that because there's 54 countries, and if we really look at the ones that really participate.
Right, so he wants to will it make sense to go after Algeria or freaking Morocco or
Nigeria? I'm not sure. Ghana,
No. We said 54 countries. Like, does it really make sense to sue all of Africa? Like, how do you sell Algeria?
Come again?
Okay, Brandon, go ahead, Brandon. Unmute yourself, Brandon.
Hey, can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I think you guys have it all wrong when it comes to why these people are uniting and why they're trying to sue Africa. You have to understand that Black people used to unite based on the one common denominator that we all shared, being Black. If you look at FBA, there's only one common denominator between all FBA people, Dynas. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
White admixture. FBA is Black people's attempt to empower themselves by aligning based on their common whiteness. What is the number one criteria for being FBA? You got to have our lineage. What lineage do we have outside of being African? Our white admixture. That's it. So what people don't understand is this is the zenith or the pinnacle or the climax of the Black psychosis in America, where you have a bunch of Black people, dark skin, light skin, but all darker than a brown paper bag, trying to unite based on their unidentifiable whiteness. That is why people like Tariq and Dennis Sperling even say, even if a white person like Muhammad Ali's grandchildren or some white guy who's 1/16 Black is an FBA more than an African, because the number one thing is being white. So what they're saying, all we're doing is telling Africans, look, we white folks on the inside, y'all not white on the inside like us, so y'all can't participate in what we want. And Dennis Sperling goes even further than Tariq, and that's probably because he has more white admixture than all of us, because he's at the point where he's like, man, the white man is innocent. Don't even try to sue the white man. We need to go sue these Africans, right? It's literally Black self-destruction, self-hate rhetoric personified. And this guy's literally just trying to hit every identity cult talking point that Black people entertain. He literally ends by saying, we're the tribe of Shabazz, we're the Hebrew Israelites, we're all that stuff. The tribe of Shabazz and the tribe of Judah is two different things totally. But he's saying we're all these things mixed together. And the sad thing is, you have people who sit up and identify with this stuff because it all gives them one thing in common. They have an excuse to do absolutely nothing. Dennis is a damn lawyer talking about let's file a lawsuit. Dennis, you are a lawyer. You can go file the lawsuit today.
Well, Brandon, and let me be very careful. Let me be very careful. If you've been watching the Fannie Willis case, I think Dennis is in Atlanta. Fannie Willis, Nathan Bradley.
He in Texas.
Oh, he's in Texas. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, I know some great black lawyers, but some of them, I don't know, man. Like
Dinus, lawyers are scum. Whether they're black, brown, green, blue, lawyers are overall untrustworthy because they eat for today, because the nature of their job is kind of like a hustle. It's kind of like being a dentist now. You can provide a service, but you're always trying to hustle more money. A lawyer you'll get in a car accident, and a lawyer will say, I'll represent you, and I don't get nothing unless you get something. What he's not going to tell you is he's going to take more of what you're owed than you're going to get. And that's the same thing that would happen with reparations if we ever were to get it. These black lawyers, being just as untrustworthy as white lawyers, they would take the lion's share for themselves. That's why they're talking about let's go after African countries, because they want to create a hustle, Dinus. And I don't know if people understand this. It's just like Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump go into a city based on a black man getting killed. By the time Benjamin Crump done creating an unfavorable situation for white people to where they just want to throw money at the situation so the situation can be over, Benjamin Crump then collected more money from that city than the person whose family member died. And that's what people like Dennis Sperling are trying to do. They're trying to put pressure on African nations in the hopes that African nations will do what America does and what American cities do. Hey, let's just throw money at the agitators. It's the same thing Al Sharpton does. Al Sharpton makes more money off of black trauma than anybody. Why? Because he says, well, if you pay me X amount of dollars, I'll get them off of your back.
Go ahead, Infinity.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I've put a link in your chat. I want you to open that link. Hey, please check it out first. Can you open it? Is that possible?
Yeah, hold on.
Please check it out.
About Guinea?
Yeah, open it up. And show the chat. Show everybody in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, show everybody in the chat. Show it, make it.
It's in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah. Is that the same one? Hold on, I don't know if that's the same one. I don't think that's the same one. No, I think this is. I'm gonna come back in. Yeah, I'm gonna get another one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna come back in. Come back. All right. Cheers.
Okay, all right. Ola, go ahead, Ola.
Oh, thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, go ahead.
The show is good. You can. The topic is the guy wants to sue Africa. What court? Who is going to sue? Is it AU, ECOWAS? You can sue. You cannot just sue Africa like that. You have to know who are the people, the country. But that suing. You can come, Sierra Leone is giving out citizenship, go and do your DNA, blend in, go in. Because if you start suing, you're going to sue. Then all this one, I'm black food, I'm chop choy, I'm this and that, and this and that will start pumping in. So I think he have to, first of all, if he knows he's an African in his mind, he have to come in, choose where you want to be in Africa. If you want to do your DNA, go and do your DNA. Check where your DNA actually read from the majority of your DNA. Go over there, explain yourself, move in, become anything you want to become there. You even have the advantage that you're black. You can go in, you fit into them, do what you want to do, than suing. You don't know, there's nobody you're going to sue. AU is not going to answer. You're going to sue in AU. It's the ECOWAS. Nobody, are you going to sue Ghana or Nigeria? Are you going to sue there? They said they don't know you. So you have to build bridges. Do DNA. If your DNA is in Nigeria, go in Nigeria, know people, spend some time there, continue going there. One day, you get what you're looking for. Nobody will have said not. African think tank is there. It's in Ekiti. A lot of people are there. Do your thing. Then, maybe it's chasing cloud. It's not really serious. They just want to talk to gather some things, because a lot of, I don't know, man. What happened, but, if you want to decide to know Africa, just come in, know West Africa, wherever you choose to be, that's all it is. You're not going to sue nobody. Nobody going to answer you. There's no court. You can sue anybody. You can say, okay, you come to Nigeria, okay, they give it to you, talk to the government. You can lay maybe lawsuit there that you think you're from here. That might carry heavy weight with some good lawyers. Say, okay, what do you want? Citizenship? Okay, we can compensate for that. Please, we don't know how these things happen. Them man, those kind of, but say suing, you're gonna, for what? For money? They're not gonna give to you. There's no lawyer that will even handle your case. Maybe if you say, I'm from here, my dad is from here, then you can take a lawyer that you're okay, I want this, I want that. But you can also come in also by knowing the place. Sierra Leone is doing well. It's what you do. You see, Sierra Leone is giving it out now that because you're from there, what you're going to do with that, that's what they have to take about. Now I'm not Sierra Leone citizen. What I'm going to do, now you're a citizen, you can buy land in Sierra Leone. Start a business there. Every foreigner will turn to a city one day. That's where Africa operates. We start slowly, we'll build our streets, our villages, it become a town. So they have to, if you're a citizen of Sierra Leone now, that from African descendants, go on. You buy land in Sierra Leone, it's for you. Nobody's taking it away from you. You have right like a child as EDGB born there. Go there, develop your place, build your mansion, start your business, start your life. Now you have exit point. You're not like normal Sierra Leone who go in and out. If you think America is too hot for you, go and take some few months realization there in your house. If you think, okay, I have enough now, let me change the location, you go back to America. You shuttle like that. That's just the way you can be in anything, politics in anything Sierra Leone. So you have to do the DNA. If it's from Sierra Leone, go to Sierra Leone. If you're from Ghana, go to Ghana. If you're from Nigeria, go to Nigeria. Do things there. You have more advantage than any other person. You have exit point. That's just all, bro.
All right, Chaos, go ahead.
No, I only lay out the question and hoping that I get actual answer. That is all. To be honest with you.
What was your question again?
No, I was asked. Well, the question asked earlier is what's wrong with his proposal? Since here in America, where we at now, and there's only 2 states now that said they're gonna put out sort of reparations for Black people in America, which I can't really go into detail. I had to look at it for myself. That what is the bigger issue since you can't get it much here in America, and regardless of Black people are fighting to get reparation or not, next best thing is to go back to the actual source.
That's
the question I lay out. So
yeah, but he doesn't. Like I said before, these countries didn't exist.
Like we mean it don't exist. Like it didn't exist until it was established back in late 1800s when they divvied up Africa.
Correct, and then they didn't get their. Then these countries didn't get their freedom until like the 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, did they participate selling our people enslaved?
Who is they?
Like the African nations, because not just Europeans come to Africa and said, "I'm going to take."
The nations didn't exist.
Okay.
How can I sue Ghana? How can I sue Nigeria when they didn't exist?
Danas, can I ask you? The Nigeria government just, I think, last month or so, late last month, they just approved the project for the coastal highway. I mean, they want to create a road through all the coastal state in Nigeria. So the 9 states that is surrendered by the Atlantic Ocean, they're about to create a highway about 700 kilometers. So when they do that now, that will create opportunity in those areas. Like people can start building resorts, hotels along Nigeria coastal areas. So just those are opportunity right there. Those who are looking to invest in Nigeria, the project has been approved. So
Okay, but bro, can you get on? Can we get on topic? Thank you for that. Thank you, but can we get on topic?
you're welcome.
Okay, all right. Keep the IM and the IM 10. Okay, unmute yourself. Keep the IM and the IM 10. Go ahead. I can't hear you, bro. You're on your Obama phone, man. We can't hear you. We can't call. Leave and call back in. All right, U.S. lawyer, go ahead.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. There's a couple problems with what Dennis is saying. I think he's just cloud chasing because number one, this is what he's really talking about is something in the nature of a personal injury claim. Dennis, as an attorney who does personal injury, knows that there's a couple legal obstacles in his way. Number one is almost all states have initiated something called comparative fault. That means you look at anytime you look at damages, you look at which person is the most responsible. If you were to just simply look at it and say Africans maybe have sold somebody for a few dollars into it, but the Europeans transported them across the ocean and kept them for hundreds of years and kept their ancestors and enslaved them. Comparative fault, then it would be like Africans would be attributed less than probably 1% of the fault, which means that's where 1% of the money would come, and that's all it'd be responsible for. And the other 99.99% would be attributed to the Europeans that transported them. That's the first problem he has. Then he has something called superseding and intervening cause. The problem you have is that what that means is that the injury, at some point, your ability to recover money from a first party is cut off by something that supersedes or intervenes in between the act that the first party did and the second party did, such as the fact that some African may have sold you for a few dollars. The superseding and intervening cause would be the transportation across the ocean and keeping you. That would cut off liability. And then there's other problem with, like you were kind of identifying in a possibly non-legal way, and you're talking about the countries that didn't exist. Those countries that were formed, were formed by Europeans. So in theory, you'd have to sue the Europeans that formed those countries. Because all you're talking about is maybe some tribal leaders of some kingdom or some kingdom that lived there, but that country ultimately, at the Berlin Conference became part of some European, territory. There's so many problems with what he says. He knows as a lawyer, those are basic principles when you do personal injury or when you do accident cases. Dennis knows this. So this is just simply, he's got a failing channel. His channel has been primarily based on these hoes ain't no good. I mean, that's the title in his channel. It's failing. And so he's now seeking some other way to get attention and to be relevant. And so now he's coming up with this, we're going to sue the Africans, and he knows it's divisive. He doesn't care. He's just looking for a way to get clout, money, and attention. He sees it's working for Tariq, and he's using it for himself. And that's all I have to say on this.
Okay, cool, guys. Link to the chat room if you want to call in and add the conversation. Click on the link. Chaos. Does that answer your question?
To my question, you could say that. But like I said, I proposed question. I think I got some answer, so I don't think I'm gonna go back and forth. In regards to Dennis Sperling's channel, like most content creators, you try to mix up a little bit. He talks about a lot of things. Yes, the women get more attention, obviously, but obviously he talks about other things. He talks about history and all other things, which don't get much attention on some of the videos. So would I agree with it? Not really, because like any content creator, we do things different. We just don't stay one-sided. That's how it goes. You're not gonna make a lot of money. Start focus on, all right, someone's talking about this, let me go on this bandwagon. It might work for some people, but it's not gonna work for everybody. It's the honest truth. Hell, some people don't even want to hear to talk about Africa and really on certain platforms. To be honest with you, unless the platform was officially structured like that from the beginning. Like, let's say you Dynasty, you focus on it mostly on this channel, so you build your audience on that basis. You get me? Not everybody's going to say I'm going to flip and move from different subjects and get the same results. It don't work like that. That's how I see it.
Okay. All right, guys. Links in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. Keep the I am. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, what's going on? Okay, can you hear me now?
I do. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, peace.
Peace. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Just want to confirm exactly. So I just want to say this, man, in reference to national, and the suit and all this type of stuff and reparations. First of all, the so-called Negroes in America, they're not even Africans. They got the wrong identity.
Oh boy. What are they? Hebrew Indians from Turtle Island, the Moors? Is that what they are?
Bro, you gonna let me respond? You saying it as if hold on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why you say it like that, my friend?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We are Israelites.
Oh goddamn! Here we go. Go ahead.
Oh, so you don't like that or something?
I think it's laughable and I think it's delusional, but keep going.
Okay, so what's delusional about it?
I personally think that black people who claim to be Israelites, black people who claim to be Native Americans, so Israel and the United States of America are two of the most powerful countries in the world. And I just think there are some black people who just want to attach themselves to that power. And Israel is romanticized by white folks. And I just think black people want to be a part of that romanticism. And I just think it's laughable, but go ahead.
Well, first of all, you talking about the state of Israel. That's not the Israelites. Number two, you can laugh all you want, but that text, aka the Torah Tanakh, is all over the world, and it's accepted as historical fact.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not accepted as historical fact. No, it's a book of mythology.
Again, it's historical fact.
It's a book of mythology. It's not considered a historical fact.
You just don't. You just don't particularly.
So you believe in Noah's Ark? You believe Adam and Eve? I mean, what else do you believe in? You believe in the Tower of Babel?
Yeah, but hold on. But you got a couple of questions. Now, just deal with the Adam and Eve situation. Most people that I've even listened to, as whether they be on the internet or in the college setting, they believe everybody came from one man, one woman anyway. So
no, but I'm asking specifically.
I'm trying to show you something simple here. So why would you?
Do you believe in Noah's Ark?
I'd rather deal with Adam first because Adam comes before Noah.
Okay, so do you believe in Noah's Ark?
I accept Genesis through Malachi. That's called the Torah or the Tanakh, right? I believe in all that. Everything that's in there, I believe in it.
So you believe
how I believe in it should be your question, because everything in the scriptures should not be taken literal. Some of it is
so it's a book of mythology, correct?
No. Mythology doesn't mean if something is figuratively speaking, that don't mean it's mythology. That don't mean it makes sense. That don't put it in the category of mythology because it's not a literal. Because it's not literal. It can be figurative.
Yeah,
for example, when the Creator called people certain type of animals or using them to acting, he said they acting like certain particular creatures or animals that he created. That's not literal. They're not literally that animal, but they acting like that particular animal or having some characteristics of that animal.
You know what? Larry brings up a great point. What has identifying as an Israelite got to do with getting reparations from Africa? So go ahead and let's get back to that point. Then we could get back to that point.
Okay, so yeah, we don't need to be asking for no reparations at this point. For one, you trying to get reparations based upon being an African or African nation, which that means that foundation of that premise is the foundation for that is false. You're not an African, and you're not an African, and you're not a Native American either. So you don't deserve reparations based upon no lie.
So what does a Hebrew like Dennis Sperling deserve?
Okay, well, I don't know the people you know like
Okay,
that.
but again, you're saying that Black Americans aren't African; they're Hebrew. So what do the Hebrews get?
Okay,
All right, Dennis,
I mean,
I'm going to drop down. You can have a good conversation with your brother. I'll talk to you later. All right. Thank you for responding.
Go ahead. What do the Hebrews get?